Good morning, big family. I'm out here on this dreary, drizzly, rainy-ish sort of morning collecting part of my breakfast. I love having fresh fruit in my oatmeal, so I came out here to my green stalks to try to gather some fresh strawberries so I can just cut them up and put them straight into my oatmeal and have that along with my Creo brew that I made, my fresh Creo brew that I drink every morning so I can get my day started on this drizzly, sleepy, cloudy, overcast, lovely day. My plan for today is to harvest herbs. So I want y'all to come along with me and just kind of see, number one, what all herbs are we growing, and number two, what all is ready to harvest, and number three, just seeing me harvest it and prepare it and take care of it and bring it into the kitchen. The foliage is looking real good. It's just that my strawberries haven't put off, that one's not quite ready. It hasn't put off as much actual berries as I was hoping for. I think I need to probably fertigate. Oh, that one's pretty much ready. Yeah. A little bitty one. But I think I probably need to fertigate a little bit more to get these things rocking and growing the amount of berries that I'm looking for. Not a lot on this one. Okay, let's go to the other one. Okay. There's some strawberries hiding in here. Yep, there's one. Okay. And I just, like I said, need a few. Oh, that's a good one. That's a beautiful one. Just need a few for my bowl of oatmeal. So I'm putting this in my oatmeal. Yes, there we go. See, these are doing better. Any others hiding in here? No. Yeah, so those in that green stalk, I've got hidden berries hiding in there. Those are actually producing more and better than the green stalk over here that is full of strawberries. So that's weird. Something's going on. I think that it's lacking in this green stalk, and I'm going to have to give it whatever it's missing so it can start throwing off berries, because it is time to throw off the berries. But that's pretty good to put in my oatmeal. Give me a little bit of strawberry taste and flavor. That's good. And real quick, y'all will notice right here where one died, two died, three died. I have splotches of ones that petered out and died and just look brown and burnt up. Do y'all know why that is? I want to share a mistake that I made with y'all. You know how every gardener makes mistakes, even not professional gardeners like me make mistakes? Well, I made the classic mistake of over-fertilizing. So they're not kidding when people tell you, I think I was like not paying attention, or I was half asleep or something when I was measuring it out. And I measured, I think, twice as much as I should have water soluble fertilizer into the water. And thank goodness these are the only ones that got hit with the brunt force of it. The tips of the others were a little burnt and they felt it, but these are the ones that got killed by it and got succumbed to it. But I mixed twice as much fertilizer as I should have, and I burnt them up. And they're not kidding when they tell you when you're messing with fertilizer, or when you're using any sort of fertilizer, even organic fertilizer, just be careful not to over fertilize. You don't want to over fertilize your plants, because it will harm them more than do them good. You know, more of a good thing, it can be too much of a good thing in it, and it will kill them and burn them up. So ask me how I know, right? So that's a mistake that I made that I didn't want you guys to make. There's my bowl of oatmeal with the cut up strawberries in it. Oh, it looks fabulous and it smells so good. I'm hungry. Let's have breakfast and then we'll go outside and harvest herbs. Well, I forgot about one little thing this morning. I had to run to the post office. We have to mail some herb starts, some little herb plugs that we are selling to customers. So we had some customer products that I needed to mail out today. And I've got to stop by the library and return one of my books in the book series that I'm reading and get the next book in the series. So I did have a couple of errands that I have to run real quick in town. And then I'll be back to harvest the herbs. So yeah, do what you got to do, right? Okay, I'm back and I wanted to show you something that I have going right here for Mother's Day. So I have taken the Mardi Gras dwarf sunflowers and I've potted them up individually in 3.5-inch pots. And I'm going to put our logo on each one. I've got it started already. And I need to water these in actually. But the idea is that at church on Sunday, I'm going to hand out the Mother's Day gift. And we have about 15 to 20 mothers in our church family. So I'm going to be responsible along with my girls to hand out everyone's Mother's Day gift, which is going to be a beautiful Mardi Gras dwarf sunflower. So I think they're going to like it. Y'all think so? I think it's going to be good. I mean, who doesn't love flowers for Mother's Day? So I thought this was a good way to give a gift on Sunday to show our appreciation for all the mothers. And you know, guys, for some reason on Mother's Day, I'm not all that interested in like getting gifts for myself or receiving gifts from others. I'm not really interested in being pampered too much on Mother's Day. I get excited about giving all the other mothers their gifts. I do. I look forward to being able to bless the mothers and give them their gifts. And even on Father's Day, I get excited about giving fathers their gifts. The giving for me is the joy. That's the fun part, is the giving. So I'm not quite so interested in what I'm gonna get, but I am excited to put this together. I was so happy I thought of this. So I'm glad I didn't miss it or go, oh dang, I wish I would have done that for Mother's Day. I'm glad I was a little bit more Johnny on the spot this time, a little more prepared to give a gift. So that makes me happy. So now another thing I needed to take care of real quick is I'm gonna fertigate the orchard. I'm gonna run the irrigation on the fruit trees, but I'm also gonna put some fertilizer in it. This is the spot where the hose hooks to the rest of the tubing that's gonna fertigate our orchard. So it's as easy as hooking a hose up to it. After you put the fertilizer in the actual injector system, you just hook the hose up to it and you're gonna turn the water on. Turn everything on, make sure all nozzles are on, and it'll do it for you. So easy peasy, right? Okay, now I think I might finally be ready to come out here and gather some herbs now that it's hot. It's like midday, and I know it's not the best time to harvest herbs, and I probably should have done it first thing in the morning, but I had so many things I was running around trying to do and got too busy. You know how it is, but I'm here now and I'm harvesting these herbs. So come and see what I got. So I've got my trusty hoss basket here. I'm just gonna kind of set that on the edge there. So we do have some purple basil. I have been picking snippets of this off. I've been picking a few leaves to put in things like teas or in our food or in my salad. I love this purple amethyst basil. That's my favorite. I have to say, that's my favorite basil so far. So I am going to take a few of these leaves. As long as you leave it a little bit of foliage to, you know, regenerate with, it's going to keep coming back and it's going to keep making more. So don't be afraid to take from it because it'll grow more. Take a few more snippets of that. Okay. So after I've gathered some of my basil, so then here I have my oregano. I love the smell of oregano. That is some beautiful oregano. Now this is the spicy oregano, but personally I've eaten it. I've tried it in foods and stuff, and it's not spicy. To me, it didn't have much of a difference between regular oregano and this. So this is not like a hot thing that you can't feed to your children. This is it's really nice. I like it. So I'm gonna harvest some. Just snip branches and pieces off of that. And again, the more you take, the more it will signal the plant to create more and grow more. I'm gonna leave this time alone because this just got divided and picked out of. Recently we just divided and took plants off of this and cuttings off of this, so I'm gonna leave it alone to regenerate and kind of recoup itself and heal. I'm gonna need a little bit of this beautiful rosemary. I'm gonna need a few clippings of that. Now rosemary is a strong smelling, powerful scented herb, y'all. It doesn't take much. It does not take much rosemary to give a flavor to food. You want to be careful putting rosemary in your food. It's going to give it lots and lots of rosemary flavor, so you only need a little. A little is a lot. And with tea or anything or any other uses you have for rosemary, anything that you do with it like that, you just want to use a little bit. Okay, got my few sprigs of rosemary. Now I am going to do something a little bit drastic. I'm probably just going to cut at the bottom, just shear off a lot of these onions because oh my goodness, y'all see this? I mean, this is tall. This is like, it's ridiculousness, and it's about to go to flower again. We have not harvested enough of this, obviously. We've not eaten enough. We've not taken enough. we need to get some more of this and freeze it or freeze dry it or preserve it somehow and do what we're going to do with this. So yeah, I'm going to definitely cut a lot of this. Look at that, y'all. I haven't even harvested this one, and I've got like half a basket of nothing but green onion. Also, this chamomile. I'm not gonna harvest any of this foliage or cut any of this back, but look, we've almost got blooms coming on. So I am gonna harvest the blooms and the flowers for chamomile tea and such. So I'm so happy that that's almost blooming and that's happy and healthy. That's good. Huge, huge pieces of green onion. My goodness. Big old hollow pieces. Look at that. Big old hollow tubes of green onion. Ooh. Yep, happy for abundance, that's for sure. I'm not quite ready yet to harvest my yarrow. I recently put it in this bed, so I am going to let it flush out and fill the rest of this bed along with these flowers. And once it gets fully established and ready and full, then I will start harvesting off of it, but not quite yet. I'm just going to let it be pretty and happy with its flowers and keep getting established. And here we are to Lily's perennial herb bed. Desperately needs weeding. I am going to get in here with my single tine hook weeder tool, and I am going to start weeding. Before I start harvesting in here though, I would very much like to show y'all the bloom. Y'all look at the bloom. It happened. This antique rose that I got from Petals from the Past has finally put on a bloom. I've been tending to this rose and tending to it. This is quietness. This is the beautiful quietness rose. Oh, and it's lovely. I'm still waiting patiently. On this one, I see blooms on it. I see little tiny starts of blooms. It is the Cremoisie Supérieure. Hope I'm saying that right. That's what it sounds like. And that's how Google said to pronounce it, Cremoisie Supérieure. But it's got the little start of blooms. It's itty bitty right now. It's low to the ground, but it's growing. It's trying. And I see the start of a little bud right there. Y'all, I've still got cabbages in here. I've got cabbages growing. I've got another cabbage over here. I've got to spread all this compost, this big old pile of compost that I got yesterday. Another cabbage right there. It may or may not come to fruition. Something that will come to fruition though is this tomato. Do y'all see the tomatoes? Oh my gosh, y'all. I have been babying the tomatoes and tending to the tomatoes. Oh, and it's paying off. It is definitely paying off. Now, to be honest, I can't even remember what kind of tomato this is. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I put this tomato in here on a whim and just kind of staked it and trellised it on this thing and just hoped it would do well. And boy, is it ever. It is happy out here and making fruit and looking great. And we're gonna get some tomatoes. I'm not sure what kind of tomatoes, but we're gonna get some tomatoes. And the comfrey plant that I was just sure I had slap killed, y'all. It did not die. I did not kill it. And it is thriving. Obviously, it is flourishing. Those are some huge comfrey leaves. And it's just spreading, multiplying, throwing off leaves like crazy. This is a happy little comfrey plant. Do y'all see the irises? These bearded irises are coming up out of all these perennial flowers that the nice previous owner lady had planted in here. Oh, we've got bearded irises coming up all over the property. These are just gorgeous. I had to keep them in here. I had to. I have one eggplant that I also put in here on a whim, but it's doing well. It likes it, and I've trellised it on one of these things, and maybe it'll give me an eggplant. But the herb that I came in here for, one of the herbs, is this sage. Now this is Jerusalem sage. I am gonna harvest it and use its leaves. We're just gonna gently snip some of the leaves off. I'm not gonna take all of them. Just gonna give it like a haircut, just a trim. It's not super happy here. It's not the best thriving place for this Jerusalem sage. I may end up moving it out of the perennial herb bed because I just don't know if it's gonna do well. Maybe it's just the heat, I'm not sure, but I am gonna trim it a little bit Maybe that'll perk it up. I have been fertilizing it and tending to it, but we shall see what becomes of it. So I'm going to gather up all these leaves and use them. These are some weeds that are just in the way. Go ahead and pull these. All these weeds need to be pulled. Those are all just weeds right there. They just need to go. All right, so I got my little bit of sage. Don't think I'm going to harvest from this lovage yet. It's not fully grown out, not fully established, not fully mature. I'm going to leave all that foliage to try to help it along, try to get it a little taller, a little better looking. It's not enjoying the burning heat on some of these days either, but we're going to try to limp it through the summer and hopefully it'll make it. My Spanish lavender plant is still very little. Just bought it from petals, just put it in. So that's going to keep growing, hopefully, and become the bush that it's supposed to be. My agastache doesn't really have enough to harvest, and it's gone to flower and it's bloomed and everything, so maybe I'll just leave that agastache alone for now and just let it do its thing. This is the lemongrass that I put in here. I will harvest lemongrass, but not today. I will harvest this soon and use it for some different things. I'll use it for scents and smells, and I'll also use it for tea. I like lemongrass in the tea. This is a daylily. I'm waiting on that thing to sprout a beautiful daylily for me. Okay, I'd say that's a pretty good basket of herbs that I got for today. I got also some, green onion, but along with the little herbs that I wanted to pick. I may stop by and just get a little more basil, because I think I'm going to need a little more basil for what I want to do today. I want to make a tea, a cold basil tea, like a 1 gallon thing of cold basil tea, so I might need a little bit more. But I think for today that was a good haul on herbs and onions. So I'm going to take this inside and start taking care of it, putting it away, processing it. Y'all, I forgot one thing. As I was walking toward the house, I stopped by my flower bed and I saw this. I've got to do something about all this parsley. The parsley has grown taller than the flowers and it's like overtaken the place. So I have just got to get in here and get some of this parsley. I can't leave it. So while I'm at it, may as well, I'm out here getting herbs, right? That's the reason I'm out here. May as well take down a lot of this parsley. Gee. Some chickens are out here visiting me. Chickens, do y'all want some parsley? Y'all can have some parsley. Just don't tear up my flowers, okay? And we'll still be friends. Just don't tear up my flower bed. I'll give you some parsley if you want it. Parsley's good for you. This is a lot of dang parsley, y'all. Good grief. I've never grown parsley like this in my life. We will never have a shortage, will we? Okay, so that's pretty much trimmed and cut back good enough. So let's go to the other one. Y'all see these sweet peas, y'all? I'm so grateful for this bloom. I have a few blooms of sweet peas and I got to smell the glorious smell of sweet peas. I'm so very grateful for that. But the rest of them are all just kind of burnt and dead and falling over. They do not like summer, and make no mistake, we are coming into summer and they don't like summer, but some of them are still hanging in there and climbing and growing. But those poor sweet peas, y'all. So do y'all see the ridiculousness of the cilantro as well, guys? All the cilantro is it's taller than the flowers. It's everywhere in here, and the reason that we are not harvesting this, and we'll harvest it a little bit for like tacos or something, but we're not going to snip all of it, is we're wanting it to go to seed. It's already starting to flower just a little bit. We're wanting this to go to seed because my husband loves coriander to cook with, and so do we. I love when he uses coriander. So we're going to let all that go to seed and harvest the coriander off of it. Also, do y'all see how ridiculously tall this dill is? Y'all, look at this. This is how tall I am, and this is how tall the dill is. Like, do y'all see this? Like, the dill is as tall as I am. Like, I didn't know dill got that tall, y'all. Look at this. That's crazy. So we have dill going to seed, cilantro about to go to seed, all these herbs and stuff are about to go to seed. Here's more cilantro that has flowered and soon to be coriander. So we're leaving all that alone. We're not chopping that out. But I am going to pick the parsley and harvest the parsley as much as I can. But now that I have collected all of this, now that you can see where it's all cut out, all the parsley has been cut back. So now the daisies have more sunlight, the dianthus has more sunlight. It's just going to do better for the flowers. I have a squash that is coming along pretty nicely in here. The squash is pretty happy. I think it will make us something. I have a hidden bell pepper in here. Let me show y'all my hidden treasures. I have a hidden bell pepper or two in here. Oh, two of them, yeah. I have two hidden treasures in here. I have two hidden bell peppers in here on this one little tiny bell pepper plant. So it's trying its hardest to give us some fruit. So I'm going to be harvesting these bell peppers soon enough. Also, another hidden treasure in here that's not quite so hidden anymore is this tomato. This tomato is losing its mind. It must love that compost dirt, y'all, because it was an itty bitty little sprout of a thing that I had put in here just, again, on a whim. It's kind of crowding out my mums. I'm trying to give my mums some more daylight. But, you know, the shade might be good for the mums because it doesn't like the summer heat and it doesn't like the intense sun. And the tomato does. So it might be good to hide the mums under the tomato. And also, looky here, hidden treasures, y'all. It's making beautiful tomatoes for me. I'm so excited. I am getting some tomatoes this year. Yes. Another squash plant. Again, loving the compost, y'all. This squash plant is huge and it's got flowers on it. I don't know if it'll actually make any squash, but it is competing with the sweet peas for dominance here, and it's like whoosh. It's filling in that space. That's a pretty squash plant, that's for sure. And Wes is still happy about his collards, which are half eaten up by chickens. The chickens come through and they love collards too, so the chickens have been pecking the bottoms of the collards to death. But that collard continues to grow. It has a will to live and a will to continue on, so collard is still growing. My golden lemon thyme, golden variegated lemon thyme is still spilling over this basket beautifully. Oh, that smells so good. Yep, it's good. Yep, still doing well. Sing to me, chimes. Sing to me. A beautiful Sweet William. Sweet William has a lovely sweet scent. Those flowers are so soft. And who doesn't love the color of these pansies? Beautiful pansies. Wes, edit that out, Wes. Miles did a great job with his pansies. I'm glad we helped him to be able to be successful with those because those are beautiful. Thank you for a lovely harvest time with me, guys. Thank you for coming along as I harvested my herbs and such. And thank you for just spending your time out of your day, just going with me, walking through with me, gathering things, looking at pretty things and talking about things. I'm going to go inside and process all of this and take care of all this so that, you know, we grew it for a purpose and we're going to use it for that purpose now. So I'm going to get busy in the kitchen. I love you guys and I'll see you soon. Bye.